Hey, tonight I'd like to tell you a little bit about the things I do for somatic healing for the nervous system and the fibers, because a lot of the abuse, that we go through in life is held in our bodies physically and or can manifest physically as illnesses or tension or what have you. So these are some of the things I have done and continue to do to cleanse myself and just keep myself kind of regulated. Um, and this mainly these are mainly things that soothe the vagus nerve and circulation and digestion, things like that. So first thing I like to do, especially when I'm feeling energetically clogged, you know what I mean? I do a dietary cleanse if I think I'm eating too much of the wrong foods, like processed foods, of course. Anything in a box or a package that isn't just plain food like vegetables or whatever, just like dry stuff. Um, and I'd like to try to replace it with, of course, more vegetables, fresh fruit, juices. I use a lot of seasoning in my foods, and I do like a regular cleanse of. I'll pick a day where I just eat at least one bowl of spinach and one bowl of corn, and that will clean you out. So I like to do that. That's important. Get the sludge out. Better sleep for this. I like to do deep breathing, reading books. Um, I used to be able to read like a maniac when I was a teenager, and because I didn't sleep, and I'd probably still not sleep now if I didn't do all these things. But reading these days relaxes me so much that I go straight to sleep half the time without having to do anything else. So the deep breathing, reading, listening to the hertz tones, and when I wake up, I drink a lot of water. I take vitamins, especially for sleep. You can take things like magnesium, iodine, selenium. When you do the deep breathing, you can do something we do in yoga, and it's you breathe in, well, exhale all the way to clear out your lungs. You breathe in for 5, hold for 5, breathe out for 5, hold for 5. See what I mean? Of course, you get more sunlight, more exposure to nature, fresh air, things like that. That's always, always, always going to be good for you. It's very calming, especially the sunlight. Go for a walk. This is good for your bones, especially for women. I do yoga and also I do belly dance. You can do any kind of physical moving to get your blood moving, to get your energy flowing. All these things are good because, of course, it releases endorphins, blah, blah, blah. So, any kind of movement is good for you. It's going to restore damaged neurons. It can decrease your hostility, because like if you're angry or whatever, the moving around is going to work all that out, and you just really cleanse that shit out. um, I also like to try to do like regular workouts here and there. I don't think I'm very good at it, so it's not something I do every day. But any kind of exercise. If you're not into like exercise, you can just do any kind of dance, which is what I'm more inclined to myself. But you'll find the right thing. If you just want to go for a damn walk and just be done with it, that's perfectly fine too. I know this is a rough one, but I'm telling you, cold showers is what's up. You don't have to get in there and start with cold water. That's not how I do it. I get in there, I do my normal bathing, wash my hair, whatever, if I'm going to do that, in the regular temperature I always have, which is kind of hot. And then when I'm finished with all the like regular stuff, then I will kind of like ease it into cold, get used to it for a few seconds, ease it colder, get used to it for a few seconds, and do like that. And then by the time I'm, like at the coldest point, I'm good. So you can do that. And that, I don't know why, for real, I don't know why, but the cold just really soothes the nerves. It just does. It's just good for your nervous system. I have no idea why. It just like calms that shit. You can be angry, depressed, anything, and just get in there and just get yourself a good 5-minute cold shower, and you come out feeling like $1,000,000. I don't know why that is. It just does. The binaural beats or the hertz tones. I don't like the binaural beats per se, like when they kind of make it musical. I don't like that. That's not my thing. But I like to listen to the tones, and I like to listen to the lower tones, like you know, like because like it puts my brain in um, I guess not autopilot, but like it just calms that shit down, you know, and there's no background chatter and all that kind of shit, you know. Um, and that can even, especially I would suggest the 5 or 5.5 hertz tones in particular, because that can put your brain in a state where it believes it can create whatever it wants, and you can really manifest with that. So, and I have done that, and it does work. But I'll probably make a separate video for that. Lymphatic massage, all that shit, because your lymph nodes like hold so much shit, and to get that like put, and you can do it on yourself too. There's YouTube videos on this. I might make one. I don't know yet. But that just cleanses all that stuff out. It helps you make collagen. It's going to reduce the swelling, of course, reduces pressure, toxins. Um, if you want, you can get like a blindfold like this. I'll use these a lot, and just sit in the dark with yourself, and just let your mind and your subconscious just like empty out. And you'll have all these weird ass thoughts and things going through your head or whatever, and it's just like it'll just be bizarre shit, you know, that doesn't make any sense. And it's just your mind just going, bleh, you know, and just like letting it all go. Let all that out, and then let it come back, and then just let it do it on its own, and then let it come back to calm, and which it will eventually. And that's a really good calming mechanism I like to do, just to like let it just cleanse itself out. And the brain will do it on its own if you let it. And going in the dark will, um, you know, make that happen. Um, Remind yourself that you are not in the moment anymore with the narcissist. Like that moment has passed, and you have to remind yourself that that part is over with. That time has come and gone. And I know that's not as easy as it sounds. Obviously, I've been there myself, so I know. But as long as you keep reliving it in your mind, it's going to get more and more embedded in your fibers. So we have to do things like this to really cleanse it out. The slow breathing, a lot of people say, well, that doesn't work, but you have to really do it. You have to do it until it starts to work. Just like exercising. You got to do it until it starts to work, because it will. You just have to keep doing it. And you could lay there and do, you know, timed breathing or deep breathing, whatever, for 4 or 5 or 10 minutes if you want, you know, just to really cleanse yourself of it, and get oxygen to all those tight spots and all those places in your body that you forget about. And that is a really good way to just soothe yourself and just wash it out. You know, the oxygen just washes it out like, you know, the ocean. And like I say, especially when you're upset, you can move around, just move your body, however, just to process out the cortisol and let that chemical just work its way out, you know, because it's going to circulate regardless. You may as well move around and just like burn it off, you know what I mean? That might be it from my notes. I took some notes on this. Also, well, for grounding, if you want to try that as well, especially after your any kind of a cleanse you've done, you can put your hands under running water. The cold shower can help with that as well. The breathing can help with that. Also, when you're doing the breathing, don't forget that your exhale, which is the parasympathetic system, the exhale should be longer than the inhale. This has a really good calming effect for the vagus nerve as well. I'm not sure why, but I just know it works. And don't forget, don't judge yourself, and don't judge your reactions, and give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling. You can also release through shaking it off, writing, singing, and last but not least, you know, you have to forgive yourself. So, you know, people are always being told, oh, you got to forgive your aggressor, you got to forgive your abuser, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to lie to you, I think that's horseshit. I think you should forgive you, because like I've said a million times, the love that you deserve the most is your own. So thank you for listening.